2. Hey guys, my name's Steph. I'm Botanist Cool. Today, I'm with our resident ace attorney expert.
Katie. Hey guys.
You don't even deny it anymore. That's good.
Well, it got tiresome after so long.
Katie is a professional within the ace attorney world. She knows pretty much everything about it, and will be our guide as we struggle through this investigation part of the rise from ashes. I am ready. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna
sure is.
Because like we've already seen so many twists and plots and all that stuff so far. It's just like, what else is this thing gonna throw at us? Like, Jesus.
What else indeed? Oh, Steph. You don't even know. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
Jesus. What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
That means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming. Alright. Time to talk!
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Jesus! Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him.
Damn.
Then...
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed up outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
Permanent picture?
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Jesus! Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it.
Hey, Athena, how are you doing today?
He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault.
Jesus, this hit. Oh, god damn, alright. Okay.
If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it is true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, no, only some people. You're only allowed to falsify evidence all the time if you don't get caught. She became cold, like she is today.
You must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Alright. What did you see in that instant that the crime occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Oh, poor Emma. You've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that in.
Oh, sorry, I had an incident.
I stumbled over my word. I tried, but the word just wouldn't come out. Like just then. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick, but there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did you run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detectives' offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? This is new to me.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective. I'd better have another talk with her. What about Karma make a good defense attorney? No.
No.
No. How's
No.
Charlie doing? Yes, plant Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. Huh? What's the little yell today?
Oh, I watered him just now. I mixed in a lot, too.
Mixed in what?
Why, my very own scientific additive. Well, Charlie, you like it?
I told you, he's turning yellow! Jesus, no, you don't do that! So cleaning at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second. Okay, nothing too yet. Egad, the bellboy was staring right at me.
He looks wimpy, but you can tell there's a sharp edge under that facade. That bellboy is going to be someone someday.
You think so? Wish someone would say that about me. I do want to mention one thing quickly. I love how everyone has like really tragic and good reasons wanting to fight crime. Like Edgeworth, like it's tragic. His father died, and he wanted to make sure criminals got prosecuted properly, right? Then there's Emma, who's like, oh my god, I was nearly killed, and I couldn't testify properly, so I want to gather evidence and stuff, right? And then there's Phoenix, right? I just want to see boyfriend. That's about it. That's legitimately this entire game, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can count on like one hand the amount of people who are like interested in law just because they're interested in law in this game.
Yeah, it's wild. There she is.
Lana. Mr. Wright, seems like I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana? Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Did you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
I also love that, as always, if you just tell me what's going on, I can take care of this in one day.
Yeah,
Lily.
but she's like very much trying to get that guilty verdict.
Yeah. Literally every prosecutor in this game makes false evidence. Why is there not one lawful prosecutor?
Now, to be fair, Edgeworth didn't know.
Edgeworth presented false evidence, did not create false evidence.
He didn't know. It wasn't his fault.
That being said, Von Karma, I don't know about the future prosecutors. I know some of them. I don't know if they make false evidence, but like so far it seems like we have technically so far only Von Karma and Lana have made false evidence, and Lana was a detective when she did.
Tragically, Winston Payne, I think, is the only prosecutor that like
Hasn't given false evidence?
hasn't caused like hasn't been involved in some sort of intense legal drama. Winston Payne, the MVP.
Yo, let's go, Winston Payne, let's go! Some evidence, we have no proof of that evidence, I think F&O. Hold on, let me see if I can actually fix the chat size real quick, because it is kind of grinding on my gears. I shan't lie.
I don't think Edgeworth forged evidence. I think he just used some he was starting to lean towards kind of dirty tactics.
Like hiding evidence, lies of omission.
Like updating the autopsy report. Specifically to make it a word trap for the defense.
Yeah. A lie of omission, you know what I'm saying? That's what Edgeworth's MO feels like. It feels like a lie of omission more than anything.
He likes to set traps and try and like goad you into investigating the wrong thing, so he can be like, "Haha, I've got you now."
Okay, I think I've fixed my chat box. That should be better. Today's trial. Let's go. A lot of revelations were uncovered in the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. I will also say, Ethel says, Edgeworth uses dirty tactics and hides evidence. Yvonne Karma would do anything to win, no matter how unlawful. That's about right.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
They kind of look like a comedy cop duo.
They do.
They kind of do, because you know how Gant is, right? Gant's kind of aloof, you know. He thinks 2 or 3 steps ahead, but he's kind of aloof and like a professor who just doesn't know exactly what he's doing at any point in time, but always kind of does. And she's just kind of like, what is Senpai doing? Senpai, pay attention, you know? And he's just like, aha, I've been 3 steps ahead this whole time. Have you not figured it out, Lana? You know, like a really shitty Sherlock and Watson duo.
Oh man, I can't wait till we get to Degia, to the great Ace Attorney.
Oh god, yes, because there's
Sherlock Sholmes,
Sherlock
baby.
Sholmes. Is there
Copyright issues?
Chief Gant?
He was the deputy chief of the... He was the He was deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed.
That's how it typically goes, right? You solve the crime, then you file the finished report,
do you not
right?
file like an incident report for like it starting? I don't know.
All right, we gotta call a cop and find out what's going on
No.
now. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right?
Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
Sorry, one more joke about this exact scene, right? I feel like this is kind of like a Mufasa moment where it's like, Emma, don't forget who you are, and then they go back into the spirit realm.
That's an interesting take on it.
I just feel like they're looking down at you, kind of like we
Although
know.
Gant is ripped. Look at him, he's ripped.
Dude's got fucking. Also, hold on. His suit is form-fitting a bit too. It's going on the muscles of his like arm here. Sorry to blind the viewers for a second, but like it's going on the muscle and right on his pecs. Like he is fit. Yeah, it's going on his ab muscle. You can kind of see like right on over here, where his like ribs and like his abs are. It is
He
damn.
could flex wrong and just tear his whole suit.
Damn. All right, this guy's fucking swole. All right. Remember who you are, Emma. They even had the same office.
We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us. I'd like to think that if that guy was ever a lawyer, every time he'd object, he'd flex his muscles and his suit would tear. That wouldn't be off the regular for Phoenix Wright, would it?
Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me.
So you were the first person thrown into the scene, Lana.
It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, and Emma, who passed out.
And the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
I can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through.
After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident.
That's right. Quite a coincidence,
I don't buy it.
Oh, what are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case might just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. I made a joke earlier about Gant being the bad guy, and now it's now I'm really getting those vibes. I'm really getting those vibes now. I don't like it. He seemed like a nice guy. All right, let's go to the criminal affairs department. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. The chief of detectives seems the same though.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right. We can come back here later. Thanks, game, for pointing me in the right direction. Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought things turned out that way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, you never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should know my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Really?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do prosecutors head west?
Prospectors.
Oh. All prosecutors head west.
Oh, goodbye, Edgeworth. You're heading west now.
Headed west for the rest of your life, never to stop circling the earth.
Well, actually.
Why does Edgeworth leave?
What?
You just said what? Okay, that's a spoiler, I guess. Why do prospectors head west? If there ever was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me, neither. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, the question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. Gasp. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Can the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
God dang it, KSG! Alright, 10 minutes on the clock. No cursing, let's go. I'll just stick to my classic good boy Christian accent, and maybe then no, this is gonna sound really bad in Phoenix's voice. I can't continue that in Phoenix's voice. 10 minutes on the clock, let's go. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he, your brother?
He was 27 at the time. Was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? It's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years gone by already. Tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered and the evidence locker was empty. Yeah, you do have that subscription back, King Shadow Gaming. You're getting back all your points every time you use them, which is terrifying. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all know the latter. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation.
Wow, that American accent sure is difficult to understand.
I ain't need no cowboy taco. Made sense to all you Americans, right?
You say as if you are not also American.
Well, butter my biscuits and maple syrup my grits. I don't know. The only time I ate grits is when I put the maple syrup in them. I still hated them. They're disgusting. Grits are horrible. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. Eh?
Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. It's only the blue badger that demoted me 2 years ago.
He didn't exist yet. Or did he?
Exactly. I saw the blue badger stab my brother with my own 2 eyes, and nobody would believe me. Just because he simply did not exist does not mean he did not exist.
Steph, I need you to remember that statement for reasons.
Oh no! I mean, Damon Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second in command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yep. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was detective. Now he mentions it, Emma said something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secrets are too well guarded. I never found out. And a secret, it all started 2 years ago. Gosh darn it, is she the murderer? So, there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him the evidence and planned everything. Hey, Mitchell. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrol man after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Damn it, blue badger for evidence. No, I didn't actually want to see this. No. I just thought it'd end there. Honestly. God dang it. Has there been cases where Phoenix's client have actually gets the guilty verdict? I know there is one in the future, but I don't know the context of the case per se. So,
I'll say that there may be a case that you get one, and there are some cases where you can get bad endings as well.
Yeah. Apparently, in the future, there are like choices you can take that will lead you down to a road of questioning. That even though you spend like that hour on that road of questioning, it's like, haha, you failed now, fool.
Yeah, it's not. It's usually not an hour after. It will usually be, you know, those things where it's like, do you have proof, yes or no? And you usually go, yeah, I have proof. There are times when you do not have proof, for example. And if you say, yes, I have proof, you can present all you want, and then you'll just be stuck in a fail loop.
Basically, I'm gonna have to start saving in the future games.
Yeah, I don't remember where exactly they are. I know of one particular trap in this one, and that's it.
In this one?
In this general case.
In this case that we're playing right now.
In this case that we're playing right now, I know of at least one time where you can say the wrong thing, and that will lead you to a bad ending.
Gosh darn, I gotta save from that one. No one's here today, not even Miss Star.
Everyone's probably busy looking into exactly what went down in the evidence room.
The attorney's badge is all you need for proof, yeah.
That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Anything new here? I don't think so. Let's go see Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth isn't here.
Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. Took a real beating in court today.
Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago.
I guess we'll just have to come back later. You are becoming more and more important. Why?
He won such a prestigious award. Why would he just leave it on the couch?
Yeah, I think he wanted to show this thing off more, like that giant steel samurai. Then again, Edgeworth has always been like that.
Really? Hey, I should write this down. Tell me what he was like as a kid.
Back at elementary school, he won awards for all kinds of things. Speech contests, essays, playing the flute, wow. Golf tournaments.
That doesn't exactly sound like typical elementary school stuff.
But he always hated receiving awards. He'd make some smart remark like, I know the path I've walked. No one else needs to tell me.
I love pretentious little baby Edgeworth.
That's how he's always been.
Kind of gets under your skin, doesn't it?
Fuck yes, I can curse out. I'm surprised every book in Edgeworth's bookshelf doesn't have different shades of red for the color. Good point. Okay, let's move here. We'll start doing some sincere investigating to like the minutia of this stuff if we need to, but let's see if I can still go in. I can't go in, darn it. Let's hope I can sneak in. I hope I can sneak into the place and just sneak into the thing, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, I thought I might be able to.
Sneak into what?
The evidence room.
Oh. I mean, you can maybe go back to the police office.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you have to eventually check out the
Let's say come here later, but we did talk to Marshall, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Yeah, Phoenix's office is shown all the time in the first part of the day. That the office we always go to with Charlie, that's Phoenix's office.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're looking for others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did, and the decisions about what to do. About Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is usually used for those.
Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway and the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Yes, let's go! What a absolute malarkey of... Wait.
Listen,
Wait. What is that picture on the left-hand side?
Sure,
No! No! I knew it was broken for a reason. It's broken for a reason, isn't it? Ah!
But, so the funny thing about Ace Attorney that I love is, you know, you have Phoenix's office, which looks like a law office, and then you have everyone else's offices, which are ridiculous every time.
Oh my god. I know I focused it on the wrong thing. I mean, I know I focused on the right thing quickly, but like, do appreciate this beauty of an office.
Just fucking an organ in your office? You know, like...
That's a big organ too. That's not a small organ.
So, well, here's the thing about organs, is if it's like an actual organ, like... what you actually see people playing on is like there's a whole you need like a whole room to maintain an organ.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be like a back room somewhere where like it's being maintained. So because like that's how they're able to like fill up that like with so loud when they actually play in like a church or whatever. Like there's usually like the organ room or whatever.
This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Yeah,
It's,
exactly.
like
I don't know.
organs have to be like built into the building, like because that's how they work. So
This dude just wanted his own office. 1, to have that organ. 2, to have that organ. Why is his windows like church windows too? Like this is not a normal. This is such a pretentious office. It pisses me off.
yeah, you thought Edgeworth's office was pretentious. Oh boy.
Our tax dollars go to this office. Our tax dollars are going to this office.
And again, there must be either in the walls or in another room connected to this
How
one
much is a full organ setup? Look at this
It's
up.
a lot. You could, because depending on it, like...
The cost of a pipe organ. Hold on. By the Associated Pipe Organ Builders of America. The cost of a pipe organ.
Because, like, you can have, like, smaller organs, sure, but traditional, like, church organs or whatever are integral to the building.
Alright, so let's assume this is on the lower end of the cost, right? And I don't think it is because of how intricate it looks. The cost of a pipe organ can be as low as $30,000. $200,000 for a used instrument relocated into a new home, to millions of dollars for a new instrument built in for a major church or concert hall. The range of cost for a pipe organ for a small to medium-sized church is in the area of $200,000 to $850,000. Now, I will say this. That kind of pisses me off at churches that could get that and call that a tax-deductible thing. But, assuming this is a small church organ, this organ Damon Gann has is between 30,000 to 200,000 American dollars.
Yep. Like I said, organs, real organs are not a cheap thing. I watched a whole thing on, I watched a whole video on why organ music sounds scary, and they went into, like, organs and, like, all, like, which is how I knew all that stuff, and it's just, like, there's a lot to it. The video was also fascinating. I'll have to link you sometime if you're interested, because it went into, like, the history of,
Please,
like,
I'd love to see that,
music.
yes.
It
I'd love to
was
see that.
fascinating, because it's, like, there's a short answer and a long answer, and the long answer is fascinating.
I'm very interested. Send it to me when you can.
I will.
I'm surprised it doesn't have a full refrigerator full of nothing but caviar. Exactly. Whoa, where am I?
In the chief's office, silly. At least, that's what it said on the door.
Are you sure we're not praying to Jesus here? Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten.
No, don't touch that. If you get sued for $200,000, I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you for that one. No.
Emma took organ lessons?
Sounds like it.
That's crazy. They used to call me Little Miss Bach.
You know you can also buy a keyboard that has an organ sound over like $200. Yeah. I thought I was a... Oh.
I thought I was a genius until they I never could remember where C was.
Oh, it's you two! Chief Gann. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Rhino, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct. And Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? No, it's not fixed. It's a sword for it. Where's the sword? Where's the sword, Gant? You see, like I thought, I saw that extra bit of green. I'm like, is this thing fixed? It looks very different. No, there's a sword missing. Definitely writes poetry on golden paper using diamond ink. That'd be pretty cool. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Wait a second, what's that thing behind him? That's a vase. Is that the vase that we were putting together? Fuck this. Why is everything... Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite put my finger on it though. Yes, you can! There's a broken vase back. There's the vase that was broken back there. There's also in that scuffle. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's get out together.
Oh. But this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All saying we still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore, in just a slightly more intimidating tone. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Was he sitting at his desk the whole time?
Looks like we aren't welcome.
Seems that case isn't over with just yet after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied a request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Let's walk in. Hey, pal! Death of Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everybody coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious.
Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now, Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Alright, let's talk to Gumshoe, see if he can get us into the office. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Sky was guilty of the party, wasn't she? Regardless, our prosecutor's responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who didn't like him. But now with this...
Are there really so many people who hate him?
In our world, only those with talent rose to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. But I hear he's got a young, sparky scientific investigator and a defensive lawyer who likes him a lot. That's about it, though. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems you don't have any problem with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about
I love the backhanded implication towards Gumshoe here. If you're young and talented, you're gonna make a lot of enemies. Gumshoe has old friends.
He's old and talentless. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth might just crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. Seems generally concerned for Edgeworth. Well, find out anything? The only evidence Stark left behind was during his final attack. Final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl?
Me.
It seems Detective Gumshoe has never realized Emma was the girl. Oh, F. That's where he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
Well, what was it?
Oh, well, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written in here somewhere, okay? This process of recollection never failed to impress.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory.
Joe Duck was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take the serial killing? Oh, one day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car.
With his car? So, it was an accident?
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal?
He killed the man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed the lady who saw the second crime. A kid just walked by then, so he killed him too. Then, when he was burying the body, the jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. I think he was pretty careless. Oh my god, Jesus! That is... Oh god! Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he just turned himself in? Yes, but rid of this question, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecuted Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness. AKA Emma. God, I love how he is a himbo. He is such a himbo, and I appreciate that. What is it that himbos need? Hold on. There's a meme I saw recently about himbos. Hold on.
They must be pure of heart.
Broad of chest and dumb of ass.
Yes. And dumb she was all of these. Look at his broad chest.
Look at his dumbassness. And he has a heart of gold. No. About this. Hey, is that? There's a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since the case was closed, the knife's been locked away in a locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again.
What is that fucking sword? This knife was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it too.
But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
And that's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
It was the victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Tark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber.
That's pretty conclusive.
Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you for one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. Not money, but if it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? Is where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
The chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around, if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust.
Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh.
Don't we still have this? Don't we still have the other one? In other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office.
I wonder if there's something we could show him that could make him change his mind.
So that guy killed like 5 people because they witnessed his crime, and after he just turns himself in, what was the point of the other murders then?
I feel like a weird sort of murder panic happened, and then afterwards he was like, oh no. You know how you have like fight or flight?
Yeah.
He had like the most intense fight response in his entire life.
Pan Ratty says, I don't want a lot for Christmas. It's just something I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. And Ethno says, the one thing you need, Pan Ratty, is Phoenix X Edgeworth fanfics. And Pan Ratty's like, yes, hand him over, hand him over. I do not have all the fanfics. My apologies. Let's present. Let's see what we can present.
I have the one. The one I wrote. If you can find it.
Alright, yeah, okay. I'm
It's
just
like in the top 10 on AO3, so you'll find it.
About that jar, I think I've seen it somewhere. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from the previous lives. This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met.
Gumshoe seeing that from a previous life would be wild.
Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief can't. Where could I have seen that before?
I love how he's basically like,
Oh, come on. I see it there, and there's a sword there that bothers the heck out of me. Don't shoot my beloved, yes. We were just talking about how a himbo needs to be, what was it? Pure of heart, broad of chest, and dumb of ass. I've been setting up on those files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. To think people be accusing him of injustice. I for one ain't buying it, pal.
You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth?
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, a serial killer was on the loose. I know it's pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dark's guilty. Okay. So about this. Hey, okay, no, it's just gonna... Yeah, it's gonna... Okay, hold on. Okay, I almost presented it again, Jesus Christ. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony? Oh, okay, yeah, god damn it.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a, okay, this is good. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, okay, never mind then. Oh, wait. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. Damn it! I was hoping that might actually work. I'd be like, I'm not a civilian, I'm a thing. I haven't seen Edgeworth one time in this case. Where'd he go? Who knows? Okay, yeah.
Well, he was being interrogated by the police and the prosecutors simultaneously. So, he's off having a bad time at the current moment, although he might be back now, who knows.
Have we gone through this thing yet? I think...
Hey, look. They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here.
He's home eating ice cream. Looks like blood.
Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed?
Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. The sheriff's haven't seen the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. I showed you the thing! I showed you the thing! Ah! One more time. No, okay. Time to show him everything. This is the real Ace Attorney. Okay. Yeah, okay, yep. This is the fun part about Ace Attorney, guys, when you just go through everything and you just...
Yeah, I have in my You have to do one of two things in my mind, so.
No, I already did that one, right? You know what I should do? Hold on, I'm just gonna walk into the office. I can't, never mind, I hit percent something. I was hoping I could just be like, alright, I'm dragging you.
Yeah, I don't think you can present anything to now. Maybe I'm wrong, but... Let me see.
Yeah, don't tell me just
Let
yet,
me
but yeah.
consult my memories.
Consult your memories, aka Wikipedia.
Please. I use court records. Let's see.
The one number left to investigate at 4:20 p.m. Haha, nice. There's a victim. Detective Goodman must have entered the evidence room alongside someone else. Someone with exclusive officer number. 777777777. That's all 7 too many, detective. An executive officer. I just might have a hunch. God, let me use it! Ah! Ah! Hey, that's probably used for detecting fingerprints. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth gave it to us. He did what?
Sorry, I was consulting my memory too hard.
Yeah, all here reading the court files. Yeah. All I have is some flour. Are you okay, detective? Quick, run! Achoo! I think this was supposed to happen. Say help! One time I took a nap on a bench with a wet paint. Why am I not comforted? Okay, it didn't help at all. Damn it. I'm not sure to do this one.
Yep. As I thought, you don't have what you need at the current time.
Okay. Let's skip this part then for now. Do we need the blue badger?
Not now.
Wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. Oh god.
There he is. It looks like he's writing something.
Let me do something real quick. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Today in court, huh? Tough day in court, huh?
I've had to live the past 2 years of rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you.
That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact.
But you didn't know, did you?
I mean, that the evidence was falsified.
I mean that the evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. The responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. The fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I might have.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I take my pride in my work, so tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Now, tell me why.
I never wanna hear you say. Your turn.
Edgeworth is very good. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Oh, I'm gonna clip that. Hold on, let me get the stream marker on that thing. Hold on, let me get the stream marker on that thing. I am clipping that later, 100%. Where's add a stream marker? Perfect. Great. I added a stream marker. I think I added 2. That's fine. Need a stream clip. Exactly. Oh, beans. A shout out to AJ. Oh yeah. A shout out to AJ Mitchell. Thank you very much for the 10 minutes of no cursing. 10 minutes on the clock. Let's go. God, that was good. Oh. Okay, hold on, wait. My thing's not loading properly. That's a performance you only get to see once in your life. You think he'd make a good b-boy? Think he'd make a good b-boy? What do you think?
What?
Tell me. Do you think Edge would make a really good b-boy? Like, you know.
What's a b-boy?
Like a Backstreet Boy.
Oh, no.
Oh. I mean, okay, fine. It's not letting me add a stream mark. I'll go and do it manually. That's fine. We're like what? An hour in. So yeah, I'll just put an hour. I'll actually write with a pen. God damn. How hard is that? 1 hour. Perfect. I want to work there. Edgeworth, the main server at Femboy Hooters. Wait, what? Wait. How do we get into Femboy Hooters? Wait, what's happening? Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
First, last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this.
What do you mean? He's too edgy for the trial. Goth IHOP is superior to Femboy Hooters. Oh my god, what has my chat turned into today?
The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
Only half as long as most lists? That's odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect's guilt. That was really the only thing in my mind at the time.
Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time.
That picture? Something seems strange about it to me. Yes, I'll show Edgeworth soon. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in the ceremony of the station, right?
I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Because you were awarded this.
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up in the office, at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. Murdering Goodman and stuffing him in the trunk of my car. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day, as I had already killed Goodman. But that is until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
Oh, yeah. Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Wait, does it say AI-16 on there? What? This is a different case entirely. Oh. We have 3 cases just for this one case? Jesus Christ.
Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
That story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right.
Alright, let's present that. Wrong. What for Panda Express? I'm in love with Panda Express. Panda Express is not horrible, honestly. And I thought 2 cases being solved at once was a lot. Yeah, we're gonna get like 3 cases, baby. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office.
prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes.
The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now.
Remember what?
That was what the official prosecutor trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story?
Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling us it to us?
It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award is based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story?
Me? Sure. Everybody knows that. Why don't you just tell them though, for Emma's sake?
Very well, right. Even though I just read this to you last night before we went to bed. I could tell you are lying.
Yeah, the blade on it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the blade was the actual murder weapon and not the actual knife. That's what I'm thinking.
Funny thing is, I think I have heard this story outside of this.
Oh, okay.
Long ago, in a distant land, I, Aku, the great shape-shifting master of
Wrong
darkness,
country.
unleashed an unspeakable evil. But a foolish defense attorney wielding a magic pen.
That's Japan stuff, this is China.
I used to do a pretty good Aku voice. Anyways.
Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu.
In the kingdom of... I'm sorry, say that again. Achoo! Oh, the kingdom of Achoo.
No, the kingdom of Chu.
Achoo! Anyways. God, I'm gonna be canceled for that shit. Oh no, I said shit. Did I? Am I on the timer?
Rip.
I'm on the time. I'll be right back. The Fire Nation attacked! I'll be right back.
That's what you get.
10
That's what you
minutes.
get, Seth.
10 push-ups, be right back.
Making fun of the noble kingdom of Chu, how dare you. God, look at that shield. Like, how many teeth does that thing have?
5, 6.
Someone count that, because I'm too lazy. That's a lot of teeth. Way too many teeth.
I actually gotta get a mat because that's not... I keep my hands keep slipping in a little bit. And I always do push-ups on like one leg. It's just a bad habit I had. I'd always cross my legs and do push-ups.
I mean, that's to make it more difficult. I don't know if that's a bad habit necessarily.
Oh, is it? Alright.
I thought that, like, isn't it? Or am I wrong? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. His right and his left arm. He was trying to sell them.
This is just this one conversation. Alright, let me get back to it seriously.
The first was a halberd. He claimed could slice through any shield or armor.
Okay, I think I know where this is going.
The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon.
Wait a minute! Objection! Those claims contradict each other.
Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right?
Edward's calling you out.
Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredited them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate.
Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize...
Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield?
We'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished.
Chief Gant. Well, we're going to Chief Gant's office.
Wait, before you do.
Yeah.
You missed something.
Okay, I'll be back up in a second. Oh!
Would either of you care for a quarter-pound of roast beef?
Just random roast beef, woman? What? How did this lunch get to just a quarter-pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches.
You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a... I don't want to say that. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago.
This stream is full of moments, okay? This stream is full of moments, okay? Everyone in this trial was involved in the S09 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on a very different day. The evidence was... Never decline free for Pan Ratty. You speak like a true college student. I get you. I didn't need to see that, Mitchell says. This is transferable, but can't be attributed to mere coincidence.
Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness?
No, King Shadow Gaming. I didn't have the N in that word. So it was like a beaver dam. It was like a beaver dam. Like I was damming the conversation so it wouldn't flow any further. That's what I meant when I said that. You know, if I said it in any other context, then definitely you would be correct. But like it was a beaver dam protecting the river from flowing further, making it a, you know, yeah, Pan Ratty, I get you. I wasn't a college student. I get you. Strangers offer you food, always accept. That is the college way. Back me up with this on Katie. Just accepting all food is the college way, right?
I mean, basically.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have to ask if it's from a dubious person. But...
The instant Lana stabbed a detective woman, a detective. The words. You read
one.
It. Just one.
No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw.
Only buy one bowl and put plastic wrap over it so you don't have to waste water or money on bowls. Yo, Pan, that's a good one. I didn't know. Yeah, I just got like,
That sounds like that would definitely melt with soup or something terrible.
That's true. You also have a plastic bag if you're desperate. I was never that desperate personally, but I did.
Depends on what kind of plastic.
Yeah, I did have some desperate eating situations, though, I won't lie. All right, go on.
I think I read this.
Okay.
Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten.
Miss Star's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago.
So yeah, there's something in
Edward's office I missed.
Yeah.
We'll see in a bit. Hold on, give me a second. Right,
you
he threw the paper down.
Yeah.
I wonder what he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edward's just sitting right here.
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
1, 2, 3 does Chef Boyardee. I get you. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe at the window? Oh no, he's falling to the ground!
Hold on. First, let me see what that girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look.
What? Oh.
Letter of...
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, Letter of Resignation.
Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean...
I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either.
Uh-oh, I think he's serious.
Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
Set of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Okay. That's what I gotta give Gumshoe, eh?
Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget.
Edgeworth's gonna be a stay-at-home dad with Phoenix? No, that is the worst thing, because Edgeworth is the one bringing in the money. They're gonna be poor as heck.
Right? Edgeworth is the one bringing in the bacon. Phoenix has like...
Yeah,
3 cases a year.
Edgeworth is bringing home the bacon, Angel is bringing home the roast beef. I do actually like roast beef.
We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy.
Just gravy?
Poor old Jake Marshall, though. He must have been going through hell.
Phoenix taking care of their 3 kids, Rose, Lavender, and Bob. Believe it or not, Phoenix does have a kid in the future. He adopts one.
Yes, he does adopt one.
Trucy, I think her name is?
Yes.
Yeah. You mean because of his brother's death?
They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate.
Her?
Lana Skye. My sister. The best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean the forging of evidence?
Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor.
And I always...
Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
She was being used.
Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation, with Lena second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal.
His magnetism?
By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled.
Incredible evidence? You mean...
Oh yes, there were rumors about him, even back then. No one dared confront him, though.
I take it she's talking about forged evidence.
Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that?
Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way.
He's the bad guy, I knew it.
The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been what his goal was all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but there's one thing for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. Only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her change.
At last! I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr.
You listen to me, Rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been.
Alright, we gotta go. Being a defense attorney must be boring compared to all the action prosecutors get. I mean, I'll say this. The real-life defense attorneys have a very hectic and unfortunate life, especially when it comes to the public defense attorneys. Oh god, they have such a hectic and unfortunate... Like, it is rough for a defense attorney, honestly. Oh, you're back!
Especially in, like, this was meant to satire Japan's system, which is also very rough on defense attorneys versus prosecutors.
Like, there are defense attorneys today. One thing that happens to some districts, and a lot of districts in the United States, is that there are mass trials of just people being, and as you will notice with the American legal system, unfortunately, typically minorities that are really just mass trials of like 10, 15 people who are just sentenced at one time, and the defense attorney has 5 minutes of each person basically, and that's it. There's no chance. I think it was, I forgot what the project was called. It was called there's a project that actually does DNA evidence on people in jail to see the Innocence Project, I think it's called, to see whether or not they have actually committed a crime if there's DNA evidence. And they found 25% of their individuals had either been forced to give a guilty verdict, like say that they were guilty and confess, or had provided some form of confession, which Officer Burke of the Virginia County Police Department actually Virginia Beach County Police Department actually said that they kind of trick people to basically saying, hey, just write a letter saying what you did wrong and that you're sorry, and that's a confession there, so the American system is kind of fucked up like that, 100%. It's not to say Japan's is worse or better, because I don't know Japan's system, but I do know a little bit of ours, and ours can be really screwy sometimes.
Japan, I don't think it's as bad as here, but they do have a very, very, very high conviction rate. Because it does have a kind of honor thing here where the prosecutors work very, very closely with the police.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like prosecutor has to get him because the police can't be wrong. At least from my understanding.
Yeah. I don't know much about the Japanese legal system. I just know the few instances here. But yeah, the police can really trick you. There's a whole seminar Officer Burke gave actually to a college in Virginia Beach where he goes, yeah, we get paid overtime to stay there. So I stay there an extra 4 or 5 hours. I get $600. I don't care. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to wear you down. I'm going to put pressure, and my job is to break the person we bring before the defense attorney gets them, is what he said. And that's 100% defense attorneys have it rough. If the person that is arrested is not smart in what he does, or detained is not smart in what he does, and does not have a defense attorney, they could be screwed big time, 100%. Yeah, it's rough for defense attorneys, especially with the exceptional level of hostility that police officers do show to a lot of individuals here in America. Political time! Woo!
Ooh.
You're still here? Oh, Jesus. I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ.
You're a DJ as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh.
Oh, that DJ.
I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. An incident, I have to take a look in there.
There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind.
Hey, detective, I know you're a bit of a simp for Edgeworth. What's this crumpled piece of paper? No way! Miss Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him.
Detective.
That's it. I've made up my mind.
But
Here, take my ID card. We can't do that if someone found out.
they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me, it's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective, thank you. Nice, let's go! Let's go! I thought
Good boy, Gumshoe.
I thought it said chef's office for a second. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it said going to the chef's office. Oh, beans. All right, let's go.
Here goes, Mr. Wright.
God, this place.
We're in. If anyone finds us now,
that the gumshoe's a goner.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. It took me a second too.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. That's Death of Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong, so I came to. Yeah, what's the point of you giving us your ID card? Crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Oh, wait, what? I don't do that to my ID card. I had to have the chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now.
You really do want to get fired, don't you?
Not if we're lucky. Now, come on, let's see what we can find out. Got a bad feeling about this. Oh god, we got more to talk to him, right? That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's?
Yes. That's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day, 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now? No, sir. It's entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see.
So, ever since Lana left, no one touches that desk?
No one except the Chief Gant. And that cleaning lady who's here every morning. So, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. I feel like this is not... Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... nah, you wouldn't be. Nah, there's no way. Nah, never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on, not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to stop bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, what's bothering you? You don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you?
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
Chief Gant, so it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yeah. There you go, ignoring me again. Let's examine...
This was taken on that day 2 years ago.
The day Joe Dark ran out of questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here, then went along with Chief Gant to answer question Drake. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy.
Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner.
There's not even dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. There's still stuff... There were stuff legends were made of. Keep it in memory of her? Or in memory of the crime? Wait, what? These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf.
Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park.
A little picture right there. Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. No! So I wasn't too far-fetched.
Yeah. Phoenix saying something about it was actually like gumshoe and he just falls to the ground. Don't know.
This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying... Saying what? Ever since making a detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self. Oh,
Note to self. Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams.
as long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired.
Don't say that.
Alright, we know what time it is, y'all. Time to spray everything. Oh, I was trying to go the other way, but okay. There's actually something here. Okay.
Well, it is a crime scene after all.
That's fair. Jerry must have been covered in blood. Oh,
Wow.
go for it.
Now it's you, buddy.
No. It's whoa. This area must have been covered in blood. Hey, you got this, Katie. I promise.
No, it's your turn. The text is gone. I can't read it.
Is this from that incident?
It must be. When prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. 2 years have passed. The reaction's kind of dull.
So a murder really did take place here. Here we go.
Can't believe the blood's still on there from all that time. Okay. This is safe, isn't it? That was Phoenix that time. I read that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so.
It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it.
A 7-digit number. I think I might just know what it is. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. Wanna try my birthday? It's... I know what it is. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. 7, 7, 7. 7, 7, 7, 7. Wait, that actually worked? You know what? That was the one number we've been having trouble with, but like...
What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was that, pal? 777 7777. The final D card number on that record.
What?
The number on the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 777777? That ID number? I think you're 17 shy this time. Tell me one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number.
Say, anyone care to look inside?
Nah, we'll leave. Is the money there, pal? How much does he have stashed away?
Look, it's a,
Is it a sword covered in blood? No. A shot from a broken cup. This was familiar. Where have I seen this before?
there's something else in here too.
What's this? Looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint. Oh.
This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think that chief made up the design?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, just a thought.
Is that it? Is that all there was in the safe?
Apparently so. It's empty now. Piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shot from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with the case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Wait, I have to get through the relevancy. How are these two related to the SL9 incident?
Come on. There's got to be something we can show the detective.
Yep. We are going to first examine... Oh, wait. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us used to put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's really to be nostalgic.
Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
Yeah, that's right. One of the S shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Does that ring any bells? You know the fragment we just found? You mean this one? That was just in the safe?
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue.
Packing pieces together again. It'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Oh, where did I put this piece?
Big mystery.
Ah, beans. Hold on. Ah! Nah, it couldn't be. Damn it! God dang it!
Oh my god. I wonder would be not cursing, please.
There, it fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of evidence of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident.
But...
Hey guys, get a load of this! What the? That piece you just attached is different from the others.
There's a reddish line on it.
Thank you for making me not curse, Mitchell. A reddish line.
Nice job, Mitchell.
That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in the safe? Alright, let's examine this. Can we get a fingerprinting on this?
Hey, look here. It's hard to make out. Oh, she already said this.
Okay. This is blood.
This piece the chief has is different though. The bloodstains on the other pieces are just spots. But this one's a line.
That is odd. Is that all I can do? Can I not, like...
For now, I think that's it.
Okay, so what about the fingerprints? Let me have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. Sorry, do you want some take some fingerprints?
That's a great idea, detective.
Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints.
Oh, Gumshoe.
Oh, I love you, Gumshoe.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Oh. Come on, this isn't time for jokes. Talk about the cloth they found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. This one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh. Where's your sense of humor?
Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away.
What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. What? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons.
Jeez, I know how this works. What do you think I'm done?
Oh, I'm just pressing the wrong buttons. No big deal. I gave it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print.
Okay, let's try a different finger then.
Wonder how many fingers we're going to try. People are probably going down this whole route, right? Like, from probably it's gonna be the pinky, isn't it? I gave it my best shot. Yeah, okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's gonna be the pinky, isn't it? Let's just go to the pinky real quick. Actually, my fingerprints are with the state of Florida because I had to teach kids. Damn it, it's not the pinky! They thought of people like me who are like, they're gonna make it the pinky. Is it gonna be a...
I mean, the middle one does look the cleanest.
So he's giving us the bird. He is giving us the bird. Okay, I see how this is. This dude's flipping us off.
Unless it's wrong, also, and it's the very last one. Nope.
Wait, really? I had to put more? Okay. Wait, I had to put more? Okay. Jesus. We're gonna make sure we don't have to do it again. So it's not Damon Gantz. Okay, I thought it was gonna be Damon Gantz actually. Emma, you murderer. Oh, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here?
Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they?
Huh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Psst. Hey, you over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Yeah, maybe we should go on to this. Anything else I should examine in here? This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons. Sure, pal, the chief doesn't care for limitations. First the pipework and now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone to... Thank you, Phoenix! You get the issues!
What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes.
Emma became a libertarian at this exact moment.
And at this moment, Emma said she would commit tax fraud in front of a policeman.
And a defense lawyer. She confessed. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh. Be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there.
He's too buff.
He's too buff.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Wait, hold on. What is this little thing right here?
Wow. Look at the size of Chief Gantz's desk.
Speaking of which, when we were here earlier... yeah, oh, it's you two, yada yada, put this paper he's reading in his desk, yeah. Wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence.
A list of evidence?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Hey, I'll get that case name.
That's on that incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No. About the evidence list. Normally, they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence.
A half-size list of evidence. This list of evidence seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would be the other half of the list we're doing here?
I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case.
It would appear so. Well, was I any help?
Of course.
Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run into a pole. Then I thought of a certain detective.
Oh no!
Do you mean, me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir. Drop off your ID card on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir, get out now. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way to then. Wait, you're the one without the spike. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Me, sir?
I'd like a word with you.
But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific
You with the
investigator.
spiky hair, you're free to go.
Mr. Wright.
Oh my god. Look, pal, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence, Chief, oh, thank you, sitting in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept so eerily silent the entire time? Anyway, you listen to me. I'm going to try to smooth things over with the Chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Jesus Christ. Gant and Mr. Friends would be friends. Gant and Mr. Red would be friends. Yeah, probably, honestly.
I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning.
So it's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here.
I have already told you all I can.
What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing.
Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman.
But not the one who killed him. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is lurking behind your words.
Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth?
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe.
Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit I was more than a little perplexed at first. You just said you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth, it's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual.
What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? You think I'm protecting this person?
Protecting? No, I think you're afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence.
For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name?
Meekins. Well, Miss Sky.
Mr. Wright, you are addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
I think she's still not ready to spill the beans.
My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners up until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective.
Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes?
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did, specifically hiding and forging evidence.
Of course, these are serious offenses.
Why is it though that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned?
Chief Gant?
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
Me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. You know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking the blame for him?
Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In the murder of Detective Goodman.
Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details. I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car.
Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk lock was broken. I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body.
The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife?
No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it.
Knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife.
I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with the other knife.
That would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
And that is the reason for the bandage in your right hand.
Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly?
It took a lot of work to finally close the dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible.
So, you hid Dark's knife.
The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that.
So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Eldor's exhaust pipe.
Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
A bad feeling?
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him?
The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own.
Oh, you mean...
Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands.
He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence.
He had already stolen the ID card. But it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
But Lana...
You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
Tomorrow's trial. But one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've gotta get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. I thought we'd find that sword. You know what? You know what? I can see like Phoenix Wright just going, of course I won't. Wink!
What?
You know, like she's like, don't pursue this any further in tomorrow's case. Like,
are you saying wink?
yeah, wink. You just said wink. Wink. No, I didn't. Wink. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that was a good episode. I had fun with that. That means that trial former. There's 2 parts to it. Right? Next Tuesday we will finish this off. Finally have game 1 done. Jesus. How long have you been doing this stream for now? Like 2 months?
I don't know.
I know I've at least been doing it for 2 months. I know you joined about 2 or 3 streams in. But Jesus, we've been doing this one for a while now, and that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. And
I'm sorry, I was just looking at the walkthrough. I'm like, oh yeah.
don't do anything else.
Maybe we won't have it done next time. It's a mystery.
Wait, is it that long?
Let's see. So, we're now on day 4, trial former. Then after that, there's day 4, trial ladder, and then Day 4, Trial Ladder 2.
Oh my god! Trial forward. Why did it just had like trial start, middle, and end? Oh my god. Ladder 2, Jesus Christ.
Maybe they wanted to surprise you, but I thought I'd let you know. Sometimes they like to try and trick you. Be like, oh yeah, we'll have this wrapped up easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then it's like, no. It continues, of course it continues. Welcome to hell.
That's amazing. Oh, thank you very much, Ethno. Alright, I think we're gonna end off the stream here. Are we gonna raid anyone today? Who are we gonna raid? We're gonna raid someone. I gotta stretch my legs. Yeah, Twitch is not enjoying me pressing buttons on the Twitch dashboard for some reason. I don't know why. I don't want to raid any of these people. Let's see if there's anyone else that's streaming. Ah, Beans. I kind of want to go, but like, I ain't got that time. I unfortunately have responsibilities, quote unquote, to do.
I'm glad you enjoy the stream, Ethno.
Let's go raid Penguin Coco. Penguin Coco does some Splatoon 2 streaming, so we'll say hi to her and we'll have a good time there. When we get in, y'all plant raid. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your time here. Of course, check out AJ's art stuff if you haven't already. AJ's a fantastic artist. I love him dearly. Please check him out. A big thank you, of course, to Katie for joining in with me today. Katie, I had a lot of fun, and I do hope you're enjoying your time here as well. This is a fucking wild stream, and I love it. A big thank you. Why is everything kind of like going really slow on Twitch right now? A big thank you, of course, to all you guys. Without your support, I can't do what I do, and I really enjoy it. Check out the latest Quest Upper video. I actually have 2 Quest Upper videos out that I put up this week. One was one that I actually did on the stream on Sunday, and the other one was one that I did on the normal Saturday day. It's a fantastic thing. I do hope you really enjoy that. Leave likes and shares and subscribe and all that good stuff, all right? Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to play. I might play Hollow Knight. I might play something else. We don't know yet. It depends on what mood I'm in. But yeah. Anyways, y'all stay safe and stay Botanist Cool. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. The lag is real today. Ooh, hold on. Give it a second. I don't know what's actually up with my computer right now.
Well, I hope